it's Kay here. I decided to make this video because I thought I'd share some tips on how to get a better night's sleep. Now, I've had sleeping problems for the last 5 years or so, where it started off with me generally getting to sleep okay, but then I'd wake up like 10 times in the night. But that slowly evolved to me, again, generally getting to sleep okay, but then waking up far too early and not being able to go back to sleep. So I've spent the last 5 years being pretty much exhausted the whole time, and I've been on a bit of a mission to try and find ways that can improve the quality of sleep and obviously the duration of sleep as well. So, you know, the things that have been recommended to me, you know, have come from nutritionists, they've come from personal trainers, they've come from doctors, and I've also been doing my own research on the internet, where I found there's been loads of studies that have been done actually on sleep and the quality of sleep and the kind of things that would, you know, actually help to get the best night's sleep that you can. So, you know, you might want to go and speak to a nutritionist or get some medical advice yourself first, especially when it comes to some of the supplements that I'm going to be talking about, because they will kind of know you a little bit better and be much better, you know, able to advise you in terms of dose and, you know, the kind of best things that's going to be for you. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is magnesium. So magnesium is known as the relaxation mineral because it kind of does what it says on the tin, you know, it helps you relax. So if you take magnesium before you go to bed, it should promote a much better night's sleep. So magnesium can be taken in forms of a tablet, but it's also, you know, abundant in quite a lot of foods actually. So, you know, try and increase, you know, your takings of things like dark leafy greens, so things like spinach and kale, so things like whole grains, you know, bananas, avocados, fish, you know, nuts and seeds, and beans and lentils, because they contain a lot of magnesium. So hopefully that should help you, you know, improve the quality of your sleep. The second thing I'm going to talk about is 5-HTP. So I'm not even going to try and pronounce the long name for it, but 5-HTP is a naturally occurring amino acid, and this converts directly to serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter which basically transmits messages from your nerve cells to the rest of your body. And serotonin, again, it's kind of like a happy, relaxing kind of thing that's occurring in your body. So you know, if you take that before you go to bed, it should promote you know, kind of a feeling of relaxation and help you get a good night's sleep. So the third thing I'm going to talk about is melatonin. Now, melatonin is kind of known as your sleep hormone, and again, it's naturally present in your body, and it really does control your sleep cycle. So I know that shift workers and people that travel across different time zones and often get jet lagged actually take melatonin to try and regulate their sleep cycle. So melatonin is actually released when it gets dark. So you know, your body knows that it's night time, that you're going to be going to sleep soon, so it'll start releasing melatonin, which should start making you feel tired and obviously, you know, get ready to go to sleep with. Children and babies actually produce a lot more melatonin, and your body just stops producing quite so much as you get older, which kind of explains why children and babies sleep a lot more than adults. So, you know, if you want to take this as a supplement to kind of top up what your body is producing, then that might help you to get a better night's sleep. So the next thing I'll talk about is valerian root. Now, valerian has been used for about 2,000 years now as a natural sedative and an anti-anxiety treatment. So, you know, you can take this in the form of a tablet or as a tea, but just to warn you, it really smells. It is so strong. So, I mean, I personally don't really like the smell of it, so I prefer to take it as a tablet because it's kind of taken and gone. If you don't mind the taste and smell, then obviously, you know, try it as a tea, because, you know, having a hot drink before going to sleep is quite relaxing as well. And the next thing I'll talk about is lavender. So the scent of lavender has been shown in studies to actually promote you going to sleep much quicker, and also people have reported that they've had a much better quality sleep, you know, once they've been kind of surrounded by the smell of lavender. So, you know, you could try putting a few drops of lavender oil onto your pillow or onto your bed or somewhere, you know, in your room that you're sleeping in. But the other thing you could do is actually put a few drops into a bath. And you know, a bath is the next thing I was going to talk about anyway. And you know, get into a bath you know, before you go to bed. You know, just sit in it and relax for kind of, you know, 15-20 minutes. And once you get out, the drop in your body temperature actually then promotes you know, a feeling of wanting to go to sleep, and your body you know, be able to get a better night's sleep. You know, you could actually kind of, you know, take the bath even further and then put some Epsom salts in as well. So Epsom salts is basically magnesium sulfate, and so again, that, you know, the magnesium could actually be absorbed through your skin as opposed to you ingesting it, and that again with the, you know, the lavender oil mixed in, so you know, should really relax you, and hopefully you come out and you'd be ready to go to sleep. So the next thing then that I'll talk about is caffeine. So, you know, I know what it's like when you've had a really bad night's sleep, you wake up, you're tired, so you go and reach for a coffee. You know, go a little bit later in the day, you're still tired, you have another coffee. And then later on the day, you're still tired, you have another coffee. And that keeps going all throughout the day. And then, you know, it comes to actually going to sleep, and then you can't, because all the caffeine is still running around in your body. So again, the next morning you wake up, you're tired because you've obviously not slept well the night before, and the cycle just starts again. And I know it's really difficult, but you know, just please try and not to drink too much caffeine. You know, if you have to have some coffee, then you know, have a couple of cups maximum, but I'd have them in the morning, so that by the time it actually comes around to going to bed, it's had a time to kind of actually, you know, come out of your body. And you know, you can also try other things like, you know, drink more water. You know, drink herbal teas. You know, drink something like having a wheatgrass shot. I know people and I think it's disgusting. I personally quite like wheatgrass, but you know, it's a natural kind of energy booster, which doesn't actually overstimulate you. So it's much better for you than having something like a cup of coffee. And then the next thing is alcohol. Again, I know it's really tempting when you've not slept well the night before, you've been tired all day, you come home and all you want to do is, you know, have a beer or have a wine and, you know, relax, you know, and have, you know, drink the alcohol. But you know, I've personally never had alcohol and the next day felt really good. You know, whether I've got a hangover or not, I'm always really tired, and you know, that's even more tired than normal. And I know everyone else experiences the same thing. So you know, drinking alcohol might help you go to sleep quicker, but the chances are you're going to wake up early, or you know, much earlier than you want to, and also it's not really real sleep. So this is why when you wake up in the morning, you actually feel even more tired than you would have done if you hadn't been drinking the alcohol. So as I said, I know it's really hard, but you know, just try and avoid the alcohol if you can. And then, you know, the next thing I'm going to say is just generally, you know, live a healthy lifestyle. So, you know, try and cut out as much sugar as possible. Try and cut out a lot of the processed foods, because, you know, it takes your body, you know, a lot more to actually, you know, process all that food and kind of get rid of the toxins that they produce. You know, drink more water. I know most people just don't drink enough water. You know, they recommend that you drink 2 litres a day, and that's because that's how much your body actually gets rid of in the day. So you need to make sure that, you know, that your body is topped up with water, because, you know, an average person is made up of around 60% water. And then, you know, as part of that healthy lifestyle, you know, you all need to exercise. You know, if you literally do nothing now, then, you know, don't go off, you know, going for a 10-mile run, because, you know, you don't want to overexert yourself too quickly. You know, work yourself up to it, but, you know, start off with some walking. You know, even that can obviously stimulate your body, and, you know, exercise just makes your body a little bit more tired, so that when you actually go to sleep, it actually wants to rest. You know, another thing with exercise though, obviously don't do it too close to your bedtime, because you know, your blood's still pumping through your body, and it's just a little bit too stimulating. So I would suggest, you know, you stop your exercise at least 2 hours before you go to sleep. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is just try and relax. I think people just live in, you know, just too much of a stressful world at the moment, and everyone's always on the go, and, you know, things like the computer, it's so easy just to be on the internet, and then, you know, literally just before you go to bed, and then you go to bed and you know, your mind's still whirring. So, you know, you need to give your body and your mind a chance to relax before you actually try and go to sleep. So, you know, so turn everything off. You know, do things like, you know, deep breathing exercises, you know, go and read like an inspirational book, or something like that, which is going to prepare your body and your mind to go to sleep. If you've got any worries, you know, just, I know it's hard, but try not to think about it, and just write them down. So if you've got them all written down in the morning, and then you don't have to worry about them throughout the night, because otherwise these thoughts are going to just keep going through your mind, thinking, what if I forget this, what if I forget that? Well, just write them down and then you won't forget. They'll still be there in the morning. There's literally nothing you can do while you're sleeping. So just try and forget about it all. Just try and relax, and hopefully that will promote a much better night's sleep for you. So I hope you thought that was useful. As I said, I'm still trying to find things that can help me with my sleep, but these are all things that I found out on the way, and I hope that, as I said, I hope that these can help you, and I will see you soon. Bye.